Good afternoon. Okay, so this is my second take. Anyways, so this is class 2 of our self-love course, I guess. Yeah, so class 1 was my mind. Now class 2 is my heart. So we're just gonna go through the notes of it, and then after that I might get into the rituals. However, the video is available. The rituals video is available because I recorded that after the original video, the first take, and I'm gonna keep it that way. I guess I'll keep the rituals videos separate to the class and the lesson videos. I think that's what we are being guided towards. So good afternoon on this beautiful Wednesday afternoon. It's winter, it's cold. It's cold, and I was actually meant to have this as a Zoom class again. However, I'm a wise woman and I changed my mind. Also because this works better. People can watch whenever they have the time to. So I just applied the same method that I would appreciate, and I actually do take advantage and exploit with my favorite channels, where I download videos or I watch the video when I have the time to, where it's my time to just grasp and learn and absorb. So first things first, subscribe so that you can be the first to get our videos. As you can see, I'm a very random and erratic person, but in good ways. So you'll be the first to get the videos as and when I do actually upload. Some I might announce on my WhatsApp and my Insta, but all of that whole three-way thing, sometimes it's a lot of work, and I could be preoccupied with other things. For example, right now it's Wednesday afternoon, so the daycare is actually in function, but the kids are napping, and something is beckoning for me to do this video today. And funny enough, I had prepared the notes for this class 2 days ago, but yesterday I got the thought to just record the video. And yeah, whatever plan I come up with, I still just follow whatever comes up as well, as I'm trying to stick to that plan and see what happens. So today's class is my heart, and it'll be structured around setting boundaries and managing expectations. Now, recap on last week's class, or our first class of the course of self-love. So this course is to give spiritual life coaching advice, and also just life experience advice on self-loving, just looking after yourself better. This will be good for mental health. So it's just basic crash course tips that I am offering for those who resonate, that will just help them with the expected life shifts that come with life. Because I will not lie and say this is to make your life better, to change your life overnight. That's a lie. I'm not going to do that. So last week's class, to recap, it was on the mind, as the mind is womb number 1. I believe in 3 wombs: womb number 1, womb number 2, womb number 3 being the main womb. So womb number 1 being the incubator of our thoughts before they turn into actions, and number 2 where we process the things we want to see happen as they happen as well, and things that have happened. So that's the mind. That's why we had to start there. And then number 3, the thoughts still depend on our hearts, right? Which leads to today's lesson, which is class 2, my heart. And I'd like to start it off with the scripture, my favorite scripture, one of my favorites. Proverbs 4:23, and it reads, "Guard your heart, for it is the wellspring of life." Guard your heart, for it is the wellspring of life. When this thing hit me, I was going through a phase of, I'm still like getting my ass kicked by the game, right? And there was this guy I was just infatuated by for years and years and years and years and years. And then I realized that no, man, when I read the scripture, I was like, yeah, man, guard my heart. Like, ooh, wait, let me just tread carefully. So I've tried to apply it over the years or over time. So lesson on guarding your heart, or my heart, lesson number 2. It's guarding our hearts by making sure that you don't leave your own feelings up to other people or hoping that people don't hurt you. That's guarding your heart. Just making sure you protect yourself, making sure you're not acting on your feelings and everything that you're doing. As much as it's and I will get into it, it is good to do things from a genuine space, which does require some emotion, right? Because that is attachment to things. Detachment is also an emotion, but don't base things on what other people are doing for you. Don't love someone because you think they love you. Don't like someone because you think they like you. If you fucks with someone, fucks with them just because there's something in you that resonates to them, and that would be genuine. And even if it's resonating from a click, acing healthy, ailing toxic, it's still genuine. It's not for the greater good, but it's still genuine. So the best way to ensure that people don't hurt you. So the framework of class 2 being my heart, and also highlighting on the scripture, guard your heart, for it is the wellspring of life. That is where everything begins. Here. That is where everything begins. Here. So when people ask me for dream interpretations, I always ask how they feel. How did the scene of the dream or the happening of the dream, how did it make them feel? How did it make you feel? Because feelings, wellspring of life. So in the structuring of guarding our hearts, and my heart being also linked to our thoughts, which is the incubator, which our minds, which is the incubator of our thoughts, right? Which turn into action. I'm gonna stop trying to talk fast. Number 1, in making sure that you don't get your feelings hurt. That's the best way to elaborate, or I don't know, layman terms, guarding our hearts. Not getting yourself hurt. Making sure you don't get your ass kicked. Number 1, do or say everything that you truly feel. Don't get to things that you're not digging. Don't get into things that you're not sure of. Don't get into things that you doubt. Because as soon as you do that and things fall apart, we are going to look for someone to blame and say, I should have known, I felt it. That is something to blame. That is something or someone to blame. I should have known. I didn't want to do this thing. That's because you got into it and not being honest about why you're getting into it in the first place. I didn't mean to say it. That's another thing. I didn't mean to say it. I didn't mean for it to sound this way, but I said it because I meant it. I didn't mean for it to come out aggressive, but I meant it when I said you are wasting my time. Or I meant it when I said you hurt my feelings. Or I meant it when I said fuck off. Or I meant it when I said no. I just wish I wasn't aggressive about it. Or I just wish I had done it in a later time where I was calmer. That is rule number 1. Doing or saying things, everything that you truly feel. Staying true to your feelings. Because, I'm going to keep going back. Guarding your heart, because it is the wellspring of life. So guard your heart by doing or saying everything that you truly feel. Every beat that comes from the heart. If it's not coming from here, don't do it. Number 2, be honest. be honest. As we touched based on it in the first lesson, being honest is meaning what you say and saying what you mean, which refers back to the first one, doing and saying everything that you feel. So being honest starts with you being honest with yourself. So it's all the same thing. I'm just also maybe explaining in different ways because it could resonate to different people in different ways, depending on different journeys and times. So number 2 is be honest. Be honest with yourself. Do what you say, or say what you say, or do what you mean. So if you know you don't like it, then don't go for it, or say it. Number 3, if you're a loving person, then be a loving person. Don't change who you are. Don't change who you truly are based on how other people are, based on learning and accepting that humans are our fault. As soon as you realize, and the beauty of this whole course or this learning to love ourselves journey of life is also number 1, or along the way, you have to first realize that you're not perfect. So you realizing you're not perfect is you making room to accept people for their imperfections too. That's why it gets easier being in relationships once you start the journey of working on yourself, making yourself better, i.e. healing yourself, right? So being honest with yourself, but being honest enough not to change who you are based on the disappointments that will or might come with being a human or experiencing human beings, or even the consequences of what you do to other people too. There's also that. It's not just people hurting us. It's the consequences of... Okay. Number 3. Let's just recap on number 3 one more time. Number 3. If you're a loving person, then be a loving person without expecting anything back. Now that last part, without expecting anything back. Don't do things because you're expecting something in return. This might not be something tangible, but it can be even a feeling of self-gratification. If you're a giver, the reason why in most cases people are givers is because they like being liked, or it's deeper. It gets deeper and deeper. Some people do it because they don't want to seem like they're not lacking. So stay true to yourself without expecting anything back. But I had to add that last part because some people stay true to parts of themselves that they shouldn't be trying to carry over to where the rest of their life is trying to take them. So not everything that you are should stay. Number 4, state your case. What are you here for? Let it be known what you're here for. Like, be free in anything that is true and that is of light will be bright, meaning out there. Anything that is dark will be hidden. So if you're here for the good things, you'll have nothing to hide. If you have, because what snacks, it'll be known too. But state your case. Be true and be honest with yourself. Do I want this for the right and true intentions? Yes or no? First, before getting into something. This is also to avoid getting into issues where you're blaming other people's. You are a victim of even your own circumstances, because we don't like dealing with our own shit. We don't. It's not nice. It's better if it's someone else doing it to us, because I don't know, it just takes it away. But the worst kind of victimization or experiences you want your life to be about are things that you are causing to yourself. Rather be at a time of you getting the karma of the things you've done to other people as time goes along too. So what are you here for? Number 4. Number 5. What are your intentions in your decisions, ventures, or thoughts? These are all interrelated. Number 1 being do or say everything that you truly feel. Going back to our scripture of lesson 2, MyHeart, being guard your heart, for it is the offspring of life. Our hearts are the offspring of life. This is where everything starts. What are your intentions? Oh, and then number two is be honest. Number three, if you're a loving person, then be a loving person without expecting anything back. Meaning, don't change who you are. Also, because of the hardships that human beings are showing you. The true beauty of living this life is also accepting people for their imperfections, because you are realizing your own imperfections. That's why you're going through a journey of self-love, right? So that's you making yourself better. It's you accepting your fuck ups. That is how you make yourself better. Accepting your imperfections, which is going to make it easier for you to coexist. Number 4, state your case. What are you here for? Number 5, what are your intentions in this decision or any decision, relation, venture, or thought? Number 6 is, have you experienced what you're offering? And this is one we will get deep into, or we'll add a bit more depth to, is, have you experienced what you are offering? Are you giving people what you're giving them? Because our heart, in most cases, we are in situations, or we've been in situations, or we've been experiencing love. And it's not just romantic love. It's not just romantic love. It's love. Be it family, work, anything. Just anything that... It's everything, actually. I almost said anything that requires or needs emotion. But that's it. That's everything. So are you giving yourself everything that you're giving? I'll make a good reference or example of a relationship. The gifts that you buy this person, do you gift yourself? Do you gift yourself those things? The time that you're giving to listen to this person's problems, your friends' problems, anyone, family. Do you give yourself the time to listen to yourself? Do you give yourself the time to listen to your own problems first? Before we want to go out to speak about our problems, and it's something that I learned recently, or this year, I learned that in Feb, I think, or March, around there, that before running out and just spewing my issues, my problems, have I spoken them to myself properly? And I have a process of journaling and my manifestation list for every moon cycle, right? Or moon phase or moon change. And even my list of manifestations or my petitions, they were not honest. They were not honest. I was not being honest with myself. I was asking for things. I was jumping over certain facts that I had to get through to receive those things. I had to realize that to receive those things, I need to realize how I will be accountable for myself with the people around me, the relationships I have around me, the relationships I will be forming going forward. So what I was expecting from the universe and other people, I wasn't really giving it. I wasn't offering. I had no time to offer that. I was still going through a phase of understanding protocol, but not really realizing how this makes things better instead of this, right? This makes things way better. How for self is what makes my purpose, I don't know, more peaceful. Yeah. That is my journey of surrender. That is what I am currently going through and experiencing, and I'm applying to my self-love journey, or adapting or making better. So have you experienced what you're offering? So if you're in a relationship, everything that you're giving this person, the time, the efforts, everything. Have you given yourself those things? And in most cases, we are not giving ourselves the things that we are giving to other people. So I think this could also be lesson number 1, or number one of class 2 of guarding your heart, right? Or guideline of guarding your heart. It could be the first one. And do not offer what you're not giving yourself. Do not offer what you're not giving yourself. Do you give yourself the time you're offering this person, task, thought, etc.? Do not give what you have not given. Do not give what you have not experienced. Don't knock it until you try it. Don't give away something that you don't know whether you need or not. I can't give this away. That's why it looks like this. I cannot give my dictionary away because I know what it means to me. And I know what it means to me because I've used it. Right? I've given the space to it, to its energy, to its offering, and I'm offering myself to it. So that's me offering what I want back. Number 7, the number of completion. If you don't like something, so it's boundaries. If you do not like something, don't do it. If you do not like a space, don't be in it. Say what you mean what you say. Be honest. Stay true to self, to character. What are you here for? State your case. Your intentions. Question your intentions. Number 5. Number 6, question. Are you offering what you are offering? Are you offering what you are offering? Are you offering what you are offering? Are you giving to self what you're giving to others? Number 7, boundaries. If you don't like something, don't do it. If you don't like a space, don't go there. The completion. Number 7, boundaries. Be sure of the spaces that you want your embodiment within or around. Be sure of what you want yourself to be involved in. Be sure of what you want your mind to be occupied by. It's the same as your Instagram, right? It shows you how your mind is working. I love that about social media now or technology now. It shows you where your mind is at. And you could see it as a way, oh, I'm being offered exactly what I want, which is dangerous because you don't ask for it. But your pattern is showing something else. So if you're not taking the time to look at your patterns of the results of your searches, what you're getting yourself involved in, if you're not aware of that, you could fall into a trap of just doing things that you're not sure of. It's the same as questioning, why are you following this person that you're following? Like, what are you learning? What are you learning from this person? Are you following them because you like how they look or the life that they're living? Okay, sure. Do you want the life that they look like they have? Are you trying to find out what they've been doing to get that life that they're doing? Are you aspiring to do the things that they've done to get the life that they're living or that you like seeing? Are you following just to follow? What are your intentions? It goes back to that. What are your intentions? Do or say what you feel, right? Be honest. State your case. State your case. Your intentions. Give what you have given. Give what you are giving. Boundaries. Be sure of the spaces that you want your embodiment within or around. Now for embodiment, I'm going to use the dictionary because I've used the dictionary for healing. Healing means making something better. So dictionary for embodiment. Embody, embodying, embodied. Be an example or expression of, comprise, include. So my definition, my basic understanding of embodiment was to comprise or to include of, like to be of something. So it's an example or an expression of something else. So your whole existence is an example of everything that made you who you are. So it can be a matter of belief, it can be a matter of lineage, it can be a matter of culture, it can be a matter of lifestyle, but wherever you are, you exist, wherever your embodiment is. It's an example of who you really are. That's why how better or a child is acting out about my guy, or if someone is found in an accident or whatever, and no one, the first thing that it's an expression of wherever you end up, is an expression of everything. You are an example of everything that has made you. So if also you don't know everything that has made you, or you're not proud of everything that has made you, even before knowing everything that has made you, i.e. knowing your family lineage, your ancestral lineage, or who you follow, who you pray to, even that, whatever that may be. But the basis of you just knowing that you are here because you are meant to be here. The greatness of knowing that you are here out of nothing. You are something out of nothing. That is you keeping your embodiment sacred. That is you honoring everything that has happened or that has made you to be where you are. My babies are awake, so I need to finish. That is that. That is you honoring your embodiment. That is you honoring your spirit. That is you honoring your God. That is you honoring Badimba how, by making sure you're in spaces that you need to be in. Don't be in spaces you're not supposed to be in. Why is it good play in Sokola? You're not guarding your heart. If you're choosing to be in a space that's going to hurt you, you are not guarding your heart. You're not guarding your spirit, your embodiment. You are trying to shatter your embodiment. You are offering it to the world to do as they please with it, to do as they please with it, to just form it and take it and make it what they want. That is what you are doing. If you're in spaces you're not supposed to be in, you're not feeling like being in those spaces, because guarding your heart, part of it is protecting, doing and saying what you feel. One last recap. Lesson number 2, class number 2, my mind. Class number 1 was class number 1, was my mind. Class number 2 is my heart. Scripture. My favorite scripture, one of my favorite. Proverbs 4:23. Guard your heart, for it is the wellspring of life. This is God talking to you. This is in this scripture, it is God saying, oh, it is the prophet. The prophet, the smart, the wise prophet, who's just giving us those things. This gems is life. It's a life gem. Guard your heart. It is the offspring of life. Everything that comes from here, everything that you do, shows, it highlights, it exaggerates your true feelings. If it came from true intentions, if not, it is all going to be visible. It is all your interest. Your interest will always be shown. So if I don't want to go there, I don't feel like it, then don't go. That's simple. Don't go. I don't want to say anything right now. You're also allowed to tell people that I have no comment. I have nothing to say about that right now. Which then now leads me to our rituals. Let's go through our rituals for my heart. Number 1. And rituals. Now let's do that. Let's look for rituals. The meaning of ritual. Ritual. Prescribed order of rites, regular repeated action or behavior concerning rites. You can look that up. You can look the word rite, RITE, to further understand that. But ritual, prescribed order of rites, regular repeated action of behavior. Let's amuse those of you who are not into actually looking things up, which is okay, because we are going to learn too, because life does not make sense if you are just doing things you don't understand. Formal custom can be religious. So custom, it can also be culture. So ritual, prescribed order of rites, regular, repeated, or action. So these rituals are just things that I am giving as tips for life, daily lifestyle, things that you can do that will help you just absorb things going wrong or right better. That'll make you accept yourself better. Being kinder to self, you know. Because it's not always nice. This life thing is not always bad, to be honest, too. That's why there are things like making tea. You can sit and ponder through life things. Drinking water. The reason why I'm mentioning the drinking tea part or drinking water, or why people have had this joke of just drink your tea or drink your water. These things need our first ritual for today's class, which is our hearts. Breathing. So if you are breathing between decisions and thoughts, before you say yes or agree or say no or disagree, breathe. Before I take a sip, I am breathing. As I swallow, I am breathing. It can be a cold, it can be a warm beverage. The other thing that hit me the other day, in me also just loving my tea even more, because I'm also straying away from consuming so much coffee. Tracy Ellis Ross has this thing where she eats soup because it slows her down and she appreciates, and it just teaches her more gratitude rituals. So drinking tea, because it's hot, right? In most cases, you have to take your time. A lot of the people that I know who say hey, these are people who are always just on the run, like busy. They don't have the time for waiting for things to cool down. So breathe is number one. Number two, I'm almost done. My babies need me. It's time for lunch. Number two, self-research. How do you expect to be treated in general by the universe? How do you want the universe to treat you? What do you want the universe to gift you with? Obviously, you're going to want the universe to love you and just be good to you, right? Are you? To yourself. Number one. Do that to yourself. What do you want the universe to give to you? Give to yourself. Going back to, are you giving what you are giving? Are you giving to yourself what you are giving to others? Are you giving to yourself what you want the world to give you? It's like being in a relationship with someone, but you haven't told them what you like. You haven't told them the type of dates you like. You haven't told them the food you like. You haven't told them the drink you like. This thing of thinking, Guti, if we are compatible, you must know everything. You must just know. That's what's getting us into trouble in a lot of instances, assuming that people should know. State your case. Number 4, state your case. See? So number 2 is self-research in our ritual. Do you offer the same expectations to the universe around you that you're expecting the universe to give to you? Before you even write the list of the type of things that you want the universe to give to you, you must give to yourself. You must give to yourself. So before I ask the universe for that house, I must manifest it. I must visualize it. I must go through things that show me the type of house that I actually want. I must go and view the houses I want. I must walk around the neighborhoods I want to live in. That is you giving yourself what you want the universe to give you. I must live it. If I'm tired of people asking, I must stop giving so I can start receiving. If I'm tired of people asking, I must start making room to receive. That is how you break the curse of being a people pleaser and a giver. That's class 2. My heart. So class 1 was my mind, class 2 was my heart. Class 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 are coming up. So I will be posting videos. I won't be going live on Zoom anymore. Subscribe to tell me about it. That's our YouTube channel. We're also recording our first official, because the one with Sister Nate was our promo. episode, very special episode. And now we are going into our first episode where we will be chatting to Gogo. We're not sure if she will be showing herself yet, but yeah, she's just talking about finding self and being true to yourself in your gift. So she has a very interesting story, and we will be breaking things down. So class 2 of our self-love course, our free self-love course, is done. Mwah.